What do you do in your job?
My job title is an experimental vibration engineer. Which sounds really confusing. But the easiest way to explain it is, you've been on roller coasters, right?
Yeah.
You know that funny feeling when your tummy feels like it wants to be in your brain as you go around loop-de-loops. That's the sort of frequency your tummy wants to get excited at. What my job is to do the same thing with engine components. As all of our lovely engine bits go round and round and round, they all want to shake and get excited. But if they do, they'll self-destruct. So what I do is make sure that we understand when they're going to self-destruct and make sure we don't ever put our engines in a situation where they're going to do that.
What is Bloodhound?
Bloodhound is this incredible project that's run by a team of engineers who are trying to build a car to drive at 1,000 miles an hour. Yeah.
What do you really do at Rolls-Royce?
What we do is aircraft engines. So when you look up in the sky and you see all those planes going about, that'll mostly be what we're doing. And for Bloodhound, what we do is look after the jet engine that they've got in the back of their car.
Have you yet reached 1,000 miles per hour, or are you still building up to it?
So the team's still building up to it. They've done testing up to about 350 miles an hour, which is apparently casual low-speed testing.
What will you do to make it faster?
The team will be changing very small things at the moment to go faster and faster. And I think that's one of the things that is great about engineering, is kind of changing stuff and making new and different things and trying it out.
If it does go 1,000 miles per hour, how long roughly do you think it will take?
The track that they run on is 12 miles long. So that is 6 miles to get up to speed, a mile that they have to measure to get the record, and then another 5 miles to slow down again at the end. So it's going that fast that you need 5 miles to stop. So it's about blink of an eye, maybe? It's going to be going that fast.
If you do want to reach 1,000 miles per hour, how much fuel would you have to have in a tank?
So the Bloodhound has a lot of fuel in it, and it goes through very, very quickly. The fuel pump that they're using is actually an engine that you'd find in a car. So they're using a car engine just to pump fuel into the other engines of the Bloodhound, and that would empty your bathtub in about 4 seconds.
When you had really decided that engineering, that's going to be my thing, did you go to university to learn all about it?
I didn't go to university to learn about engineering. When I was 16, just finished my GCSEs, and I left school to do an apprenticeship here at Rolls-Royce. That's where I got all of my training and all of my qualifications. What made me want to be an engineer was the Bloodhound team themselves. So my school used to run an after-school programme where we'd get different people to come and chat to us, and they'd tell us all about what they do. And one of these teams was Bloodhound, and they talked about this 1,000-mile-an-hour car, which just sounded absolutely bonkers to me. So I started going, well, how do they do that? Why do they do that? And what happens if they did something else instead? And instead of the team just telling me the answers, they told me to go and find out for myself. So I started kind of taking things apart and trying to fix them, which never went quite to plan, and trying to work out just how everything around me worked. And that's the point where I realised that actually, maybe this might be for me.
When you had really properly decided that engineering, that's what I wanted to become, were you kind of the odd one out at school?
I was definitely one of the only girls there that really wanted to do it. But I know for sure that has definitely changed recently.
So even if you've had quite a rubbish day and you're just feeling a bit down, does engineering cheer you up?
For me, a bad day normally means one of my tests isn't doing what I think it should be. But it's also a great engineering day, because then I have to really put my thinking cap on and try and work out why isn't it working and what can I do next, and talking to the team around me to see if they've ever had a problem like that, and really try and work out how we can make sure that the next day will be a good engineering day and a good day for me.
Yeah, I can give you a thinking cap.
I feel really fortunate to absolutely love the job that I do. There's so many different parts of engineering that even if you don't feel like you're an engineer. You're still doing engineering. It doesn't mean you're building things or putting them together or stood there in overalls every day. I mean, I'm wearing a dress, so I sit at a desk most days, but I also get to go to the lab and do things there. So for me, it was the challenge that you didn't have to do what was in the box. You could do whatever you liked. You could think outside the box, and then you could make yourself a different box that you could think outside of as well. Any crazy idea you had, even like building a 1,000-mile-an-hour car, instead of saying, oh, that's impossible, you can't do that, you can go, well, actually, how can we do that? And you can go and do it. Engineering is a lot more exciting than it sounds on paper. It's amazing to be able to look up at the sky and see planes going past, and knowing that I had a part in making that happen.